General Hospital spoilers, weekly update January 13-17. Michael's awake, Kai's injured. General Hospital spoilers for the week of January 2024, 2025. Tease a big regret and a major threat after a tense week between the Corinthos and Quartermain families. After Willow enacted her right as Michael's proxy to try and get her kids back, Nina pulled Sonny aside to try and make a compromise, while Carly realized it was all Drew behind Willow's plan. Sonny eventually decided the kids needed their mother, and he and Carly needed to tend to Michael, who at the same time was about to suffer a heart attack until Isaiah took a chance and injected his IV with a medication that counteracts digitalis and wound up stabilizing him. Meanwhile, Trina joined Stella for some yoga and found out that she's become friends with Kai at their yoga class. Later, Stella paid Tracy a visit where she confided in her about grieving baby Irene, and Tracy revealed she's worried about Monica. Lucky tried getting information on Cyrus from one of his fellow volunteers until Jocelyn showed up asking questions. The two swapped information about the town's #1 enemy, and Lucky took his new intel to Elizabeth and Lucas, who all determined that Cyrus had to be behind the Digitalis deaths. Meanwhile, Joss went to the PCPD and asked Anna to arrest Cyrus for Dex's stabbing. Lulu asked Tracy for help finding her daughter until they were interrupted by Martin, who informed her of Willow's new agreement about the kids, and she refused to let them go with Willow. When Sasha found out, she immediately went to the gatehouse and had it out with Willow over their past mistakes, while Nina tore into Drew over his. Back from Prague, Dante arrived at GH to comfort his father, while Jason suggested to Carly that Michael go to the clinic that treated Ava's burns, until Felicia showed up and broke the news that they'd been barred from Michael's room. Lucky and Elizabeth decided to have dinner at the Port Charles Grill in order to scope out Cyrus until he was brought into the PCPD on Anna's orders. She merely questioned him about the night of Dex's stabbing, and when she let him go, Joss went off about him needing to be arrested for what he did. When Sonny failed at convincing Tracy to give Willow the kids, Jason's attempt took a turn when Tracy told him it would break Monica's heart. So Jason told Sonny he couldn't do that to his mother. Sonny stormed out and had another AFib episode before leaving. Carly asked Brennan for help getting Michael in to see the doctors who worked with Ava, whose clinic was now in Germany. When Drew met with Alexis about his daughter, she suggested she live with her, and Drew shot her down. At the Brown Dog, everyone gathered to watch the PCU game. Cody decided to bet his entire $50,000 from Drew on the big game. Trina and Gio also watched when Emma came in and flirted with him, while Trina cheered on Kai. When Kai got injured, Trina became worried. Meanwhile, PCU lost the game, which meant Cody lost all of his money. Trina admitted to Ava that she was worried about Kai. Stella visited Kai in the hospital with his dislocated shoulder. Then he got a visit from Trina. Curtis and Alexis ran into each other at an AA meeting, and Alexis confided in him about Drew's mistakes. In the stables, Dante vented to Cody about Lulu's behavior when suddenly Selena showed up to see Cody. Carly arrived at the Q mansion and had it out with Tracy. Chase got checked out at GHN, then it was Brooke Lynn's turn, who was assured that her past pregnancy shouldn't hinder a future one. After Willow shot down Nina's suggestion to allow Michael's parents access, she confided in Chase about her life decisions, and he convinced her to talk to Carly. When Cody and Drew ran into each other at the Port Charles Grill, Jordan intervened before anything could escalate, then tore into Drew for what he did to Curtis. Meanwhile, Chase was tearing into Tracy over not letting Willow have her kids, while Brooke Lynn ran into Lulu applying for a job at Deception. Maxie arrived and broke it to Lulu, saying that the job would be as Brooke Lynn's assistant, while Brooke Lynn went home to run interference between her husband and Tracy. Later, Martin and Drew teamed up and arrived at the mansion with a court order for the kids, and when Tracy resisted, Drew had her arrested. Sidwell showed up at Ava's gallery and was interested in buying some art. Afterward, Rick decided to take Ava's check, still waiting for payment for his work. At GH, Willow assured Carly and Sonny they could be involved in Michael's care. When Portia came over with news about a hospital Michael could go to, Carly revealed that Brennan already got him a spot at the hospital in Germany. While Willow and Carly clashed, Sonny decided it should be Michael's decision. They woke him up and Carly told him he had a decision to make while he moaned in pain.